everything, so I'll be able to take that shit out. But hold on. So for those who don't know who you are, man, let's get some background. How you was raised, your upbringing, how everything was going back in the G.
Man, I'm straight out of Dayton. Went to school out in Trotwood. Graduated out there. Always had the love for music. Everybody that know me, I know you know. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Blessed to have both parents in the household. Had some ups and downs, and I know all about the struggle and different things of that nature. You feel me? Just learning that from my parents. You know what I mean?
Your parents been rocking. I know your people too. They've been rocking for a minute.
Yeah, it's 32 years in.
Hell yeah, I just seen some pictures. I don't know. I think your sis maybe put it up. Yeah. But they've been going for a minute though, man.
Yeah, she just had a birthday not too long ago.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
How mom's been doing, man.
Amazing, bro. Everything is amazing, man.
But yeah, I started music, man. Probably about 12. I mean, I always loved music, but I didn't really start taking it serious till like maybe 13, 14. Got to getting into some big studios, maybe about 15.
What made you actually start like taking it serious though? From just like
just a passion and love for it. I just love how you can, you can express yourself, how you need to express it, and sometimes that music just hits your spirit, hits your soul a little different. You know what I mean? And the way you want to express it is as many ways you can. It's an outlet. You know what I mean? So, a lot of my cats when we was young in the streets and doing other shit. I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but the music was just something I seen like it was just moving.
Yeah. And man, from the jump, you had like a crazy support system though, of like getting into the big studios and getting that professional. Your start off wasn't like how everybody else's shit be in the studio.
You know what? It was networking for one. RP to my guy Gerald Williams. I was one of the guys. But even before him, rest in peace to him. Cats like Matt Lakes and shit like that on a producing tip. I mean, I knew a lot.
Shouts out to Matt. And
what I'm saying? He was real dope on the production side. When we was younger. You know what I'm saying? But then like Gerald, he kind of introduced me to all the other engineers in the city, like the Mo Beats and shit like that. And going to rephrase and all the other shit that I wasn't really exposed to, and then.
But you got your introduction though to that shit, like man. And Gerald, man, he blessed me with some knowledge too, and man, he had really put you on a wave of like just the way you was sounding and everything.
He produced a certain way, and
when
we first clicked, when we first linked up, I really wasn't feeling the sound too much. I thought it was a little cheesy. But I respected his production, his quality and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker had all the keyboards, the Phantoms, the Tritons and shit, and all the software. But he just brought a different type of sound that, the reason why we clicked was because I could just take whatever, like, all right, fuck it. I hear it, bam, execute the track. Yeah. I do what I do on it. And he really didn't see nobody that can just execute certain tracks and certain beats where certain tracks where most artists wouldn't even fuck with it. You know what I mean? They'd be scared to touch it. I go knock it out.
Because I know, am I tripping or Matt was producing? You was producing a little bit
I produced too. I produced a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Matt was, he was good because he getting piano lessons and shit from a young age, so he was musically inclined. Yeah. So certain melodies and shit he was bringing to the beats and chord progressions and shit, I wasn't used to hearing shit like that.
But the shit Gerald was producing though.
Yeah, he was on some Dre shit.
Yeah, that's
he was, to me, he was like the Dre of the city. He was just a gym in the city, and the shit, we got his classic, most of that shit we gonna have to go to the grave, I'm going to my grave with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was a good experience, and I wouldn't trade that shit for nothing. You know what I mean? It helped me mold me to musically to where I'm at now. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of memories and shit we got, bro, that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna cherish the moments. Can't get them type of moments back.
Man. So, all right, so linking with Gerald, you doing the music. I mean, I feel like you already had your niche with your style of going. And then you'll end up doing the mixtape.
Okay.
With Slip and Slide and everything. Let's talk about how that came about.
Well, my people's out in the South, man. I got family out there on my mom's side. So I was out there with A.O. Records and shit. I was repping, I'm still rep A.O. Records and shit. My cousin out of there, A.O. and shit. So that's what that came about. And I was just out networking and moving and mingling and shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of really how that came about. I think that was O.A.T. And DJ Quest, he was the official Slip and Slide DJ on there. So he was hosting it. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's when Slip and Slide was that way back then.
Yeah, this was era. Rick Ross and Plies, and I think it was just Trina and Trick at that time. I think they was around because I remember, you know, I would get invited to little events and shit they would have because he hosted the shit, you know what I mean? And but at that time, I remember Ross was, a lot of them niggas was killing a lot of them showcases and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Them was the niggas like they was just bubbling like on the underground circuit.
On the
But they was around. I remember seeing them niggas like, damn, I'm trying to get on the scene, and you know what I'm saying? I want to hit this, you know, performances and shit like that. You feel me? That I was just young. I was just so young. I was just eager to be around and shit and just soaking everything up like a sponge. You know what I mean?
So you was traveling and like.
Well, also, hold on, let me cut you off. Shout out to Lil Pete. He was featured on there from DSGB. And I said Georgia Boy. Shout out to Sam Ross. You see what I'm saying? He was singing on there. I executive produced that. Plus, matter of fact, I recorded some of them records off that mixtape at the lab, nigga. I record some of them. At the Grand. Yeah, nigga, you almost not remember.
Throwback, bro.
Yeah.
Throwback. Yeah. So when you was going out of town and you had already had family down south and everything, so you was just utilizing like going with the fam, and then did they have connections into the music too?
Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. Nah,
they just happened to be around.
Yeah, all my family and shit, like it's hard to explain. Like I got some family, like the one I was fucking with, Ayo, you know, niggas was in the streets, niggas was moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for me, just being around and young, you know, I got one side of the parents, they know what it is, it's fam, and they know me, I'm young, I'm out here trying to get it, do whatever the hell I got to do, you know, I'm just trying to spread my wings and shit, you feel me, see what was going to come, you know, just be out here networking, and, but a lot of the, you know, that's where a lot of the ties came from the industry, from through AO, for real, like, he was out here moving shit, you know what I'm saying?
So, okay, along with the mixtape getting done, Slip and Slide, AO, he getting it together. As an artist, you growing because, you know, you got the mixtape out. Then you started doing, like, some shows with, like, some big people. You started opening it up for Ross.
Freeway.
I
didn't really, it was an event with Ross. I got a call, man. It was some old weird, random ass shit, bro. I just got a call and he was like, you know, I'm like, hello, this is Ross. Nigga, Ross.
He literally called you?
Yeah, he called my phone and shit. And I'm like, bro, who the fuck is this? Now the crazy part, me and my pops was just watching a documentary on the Freeway Rick Ross. It was like the top 10 drug lord
shit. Hold on, bro. Freeway called you.
Yeah, he called my phone. Yeah, he called my phone. So you know me, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I can talk, yelling my dad. I hung up on the nigga the first time. I hung up on him. I thought it was some bullshit. And then he called. Then
I feel like that's what everybody do when they get a call.
Yeah, like, I'm like, this fuck out. Nah, but it's crazy. It was just weird because we was just watching shit. But he didn't say Rick Ross. He said, what up, just Freeway? I'm like, Freeway?
All right.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah, like,
fuck out of here. But then he called back. And then he called my pops and shit. And I heard my pops in there talking, Then he called me back. But he know my uncle and shit. My uncle Larry Dawson and shit out in Indianapolis. So.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So that's how that kind of came about. And then...
So, all right. So, how deep did the interaction with you and Freeway come? Like, did you get any type of close to him for talks, conversations? Or anything?
Man, that's one thing I actually pulled from him, man. Like, you know, the first little talks, he was telling me about a little event that they was having. He wanted me to come out and shit, and I went out there in Indianapolis and shit. He was promoting some shit with BET and some other shit he had going on. Some little things he was doing, you know, going around moving. And I went out there, and then he wanted me to perform. I'm like, oh, shit, I would, you know, really wasn't prepared for the shit. I just wanted to meet him. It was just a pleasure to meet him and shit. But I went on stage, did my thing. He liked it. And we went from there. But what I take from the situation with him is just the gems he was giving me and the shit he was telling me. Like, go read this book, you know, as a man thinking.
So he putting you on game like
that.
Like,
he put me on knowledge that's the shit, you know me, bro. Like, I like shit that I can take with me past this little performance shit. Fuck the performance. Like, nigga, I need knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And anybody that's open and willing enough to give you some gems, you know, I soaked it up. So and we still communicate.
Especially from a man like that and the shit he went through. I mean, shit. Freeway taught himself how to fucking read in prison. So I feel like I got the opportunity to meet him when I was in LA. Yeah. And I wouldn't say it got as deep as dropping gems, but just to see a nigga with that type of backstory of his life is it's crazy.
Man, when they was doing shit, man, they didn't really know what the fuck they was getting. I mean, they was just moving and trying to get money
money.
And they was, I mean, but it's just the shit at that time and where they from and how shit was back at that time. You know, you gonna take advantage of an opportunity like that. You ain't even thinking about shit else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but for somebody like that, you know, I respect that because that's somebody who actually had to sit down for about 20 years and actually got the knowledge and got out and he on different shit. So when we talk, it's more like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you're going to holler at these schools and get to these kids and speak to them. And that's he doing the intro on my album that I executive produced. So he on my intro. He on my solo album. So
man, let's talk about the solo album. Long time in the fucking works.
Yeah, came a long way.
And then you said you executive produced the intro.
Not executive produced the whole album.
The whole album. Sorry, but you got Freeway on the intro.
Yeah, he on the intro. He blessed me on the intro, and you know, just speaking some words of wisdom. You know, the whole concept of the album really is just anybody that know me know I've been doing this shit for a minute, and I came a long way. So you know, that's the motto I want to push and to the young kids and the youth and shit. So you know, it's more like if you 30 and up. And, you know, from where we from and shit, you a success story. And I just wanted to show them a little different side of you ain't got to be trapping and doing all that other shit. If you ain't built like that, you know, I got too many cousins incarcerated, too many family members. You know, my dad was a motherfucking CEO for about 10, 15 years, you know. So it's too many ties to that shit. You know, for me, I want to paint a different picture and give them a different outlet on some things that they can do. You know, you ain't got to just be a drug dealer or fucking play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's other things you can do. You know, pick up a fucking book and read the shit. You know what I mean?
Man, so executive producing, you putting the project together, like you wearing like just as an artist, you wearing like multiple hats to get this shit done. You ever feel overwhelmed just having to do the creative control of your whole project and everything?
I mean, yeah, it's been like I feel like my Came a Long Way is kind of like how Dre probably was with the Chronic. You know how it just took a while, but it was like my life. It's a collection of my life throughout the years of shit. You know what I mean? And I started engineering, got my little degree, you know, ICB back in 07 and shit. Yeah. So I've been bouncing around for a few years on the engineer tip, and then I'm still jumping from that to producing every now and again, and I'm still an artist. I'm staying loaded up on my music and shit, but the album kind of just got finished because it's like everywhere I go, motherfuckers like, you know, you got some music, what's up, what you doing? Everybody that know me for music, so I'm like, man, let me put some shit together. But I wanted to just, like I said, I wanted to show these young cats, like, man, you don't need no motherfucking record deal. You don't need no motherfucking budget and none of that other stupid ass shit. You just need to know what you need to know. Put that shit together yourself if you need to do it, and just push that shit off and keep it about your real life. Just be as real as you can about the shit. You know, it ain't like it did numbers and it was all over the fucking world, but it's out there. You can get it on all platforms. Came a long way. Blazedavinci.
Executive producer.
You know.
That's why I wanted to ask you too. Now you was going by Young Blaze, and then we got to switch up to Blazedavinci.
Right.
Explain the switch up. Why the
Well, I was you know, back with Gerald and I call him KOB, King of Beats and shit. KOB. But you know, shout out to Stacy and everybody. But man, back in MySpace, that, you know what I mean, bro, it was like a million fucking Young Blazers, and then it was this other Young Blaze out of Chicago. He was getting the most traction. He was getting industry features and shit. Once I kind of seen that, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit.
So it was a one, let's say the fake Young Blaze that was getting the attractions. And
no, he wasn't fake. He was from Chicago. He went by Young Blaze too, but
I was calling him fake because I know you first as Young Blaze.
Yeah, I know.
So everybody else after is gonna be a fake fucking.
Nah, but keeping it 100, you know what I'm saying? I you know, when I see shit like that, I was looking at MySpace. I'm like, bro, it's a million motherfucking Young Blazes. But he was the one that was getting industry features. He was buzzing. He was doing shit. So I was like, maybe I just fell back for me. Fuck this Young Blaze shit. But everybody know me as Blaze. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, a few years, actually I was in Atlanta, you know, and I was out there mingling and I was engineering and shit. And then, anybody that know me know I used to draw and shit back in the day. Portraits and shit like that.
Beast. Hell
so,
yeah.
You know, I just figured like, fuck it, Da Vinci. You know what I mean? I like painting the picture.
Okay.
Blaze, Da Vinci. Like, I'm hot. Yeah, I'm still Blaze, you know what I'm saying? But I can bring it together, and I've been able to be in rooms and move a certain way, and I feel like, you know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that, you know,
it's a part of your characteristic though. Yeah. Like it ain't just a name that you just
threw in there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, okay. Nah, that's dope. Yeah,
I'm an artist, and not only that, I just look at myself like the ultimate artist.
Yeah,
I'm an artist. I'm not
well
a
rounded.
rapper. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a hip hop rapper. I'm a fucking artist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's how I treat my music. That's how I treat my interactions with people and shit. I know you know, bro. Like we go way back. So that's that's like when I want to ask you, like nigga, how you fuck is you juggling all this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'll be seeing you behind the scenes. Like, boy, you looking like you about ready. You need to have a fucking drink, nigga. You feel me?
Man,
and it's crazy because people don't know our history. Like some people don't know.
That's why that introduction was very real. Like a nigga started gaining to even want to do this shit around you. We was around each other with this shit, but 9:48 p.m. man, we had made a commitment. We looked at the clock and it was 9:48, and we like, nigga, we about to do this shit. And
that was really the birth of the trendset shit.
Yeah, man.
We was upstairs, nigga. I mean, you know what I mean? I just remember us having them talks and you like, man, fuck that, nigga. We want to take over and shit, nigga.
Real live dreamer talk. Yeah. Real live.
That's it. So for me, bro, that's what I'm proud of you for this shit, bro. Because these are the conversations we was having. And to see it come to fruition and how you move and you doing your thing, bro, I'm happy for you, my nigga.
Thank you, bro.
Because I know it's real. You see what I'm saying? Grams, she proud as shit of you, bro. Your fam, everybody.
Granny, man. She was the number one, letting a nigga really chase his dream and do it. But you know what I mean? You just get so engulfed into this shit. Yeah. You have no choice but to juggle it by yourself, do it by yourself, or excuse me, like even trying to wait for people is just a setback sometimes because it's just like you gotta learn how to do it yourself.
You got to.
And you know, at the same time, I believe in reinventing myself, just the change up. Like I remember.
Man, when the fuck your movie drop? When that movie drop, nigga? Documentary.
It's just documentary.
Okay.
It's gonna be summertime. It's gonna be summer 2022.
That shit gonna be lit, nigga.
Nah, I'm aiming for it, but some shit, bro. I just look at it like shit, bro. It ain't a failure with certain things. Like some shit, it run its course, and I just try to find different shit to get into.
Yeah, you got
to. Keep the wave going, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, bro, 9:48 was a pivotal thing in my time to where, nigga, it was a commitment to this shit. We can't stop.
Right.
Like ever.
Yeah,
like ever since that time stamp.
I just remember looking at the clock like, bro, look, fuck all this talking that we doing. Let's make something happen, nigga. Yeah. We trendsetters, nigga. We about to, nigga, set the new standard.
Bro, literally.
You know what I mean?
And I wish I remember how old I was.
Nigga, we was seniors, juniors, maybe even sophomore. Nigga,
I feel like that was like sophomore, bro.
Yeah, we might have been sophomores or juniors.
Because it was. I just remember feeling young for some reason and coming up.
But we was young, and a lot of shit done happened since then. So you done progressed the whole. We done elevated. So that's why it seemed like we was super dummy ass young. But we was young.
Shit. I mean, but then we down there 20 years in doing this shit. If we being honest, like nigga,
that's how I be feeling, bro. I just performed again the other night, man. I be trying to tell my father, like, bro, I ain't performed in years though, but I just missed that shit, like being on the stage and this shit like second nature to me.
Yeah, I know this shit muscle memory.
But it's different. The times and shit is different.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the era we came in, learning this shit,
right,
getting the passion for it, doing the shows and all of that,
right.
It was just different. I feel like we had it the best. I mean, like in our stage of where we at now.
We come from the grind era where niggas still had CDs. You had to do what you had to do. Like I still walk around with my CDs and shit. I know it's like played out, niggas. I mean, you need online. I got shit online too, but it ain't nothing like having your shit physical.
That tangible, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Them the copies you sign and get them motherfuckers. That's the limited edition shit. I like the keeping the tradition of that shit.
Yeah.
How it used to be, and I know shit. You gotta move with the times a little bit, but I think I'm old fashioned in that sense.
It's euphoric. I mean, it's something that it's just something that we came off of.
Ross taught me that too.
Well,
he like I can go make 100 million for them to take the rights of my movie like they did with American Gangster, but I don't want them to change shit. I want to tell my story the way I want to do it. So fuck it, I'm gonna get out here and put a book out. And I'm gonna sell these motherfucking books.
Yeah.
So he still to this day he pressed that shit in my head. He got this little millionaires club shit he got going on. Y'all need to get a part of that. major networking shit going on right now. And I just take the gems like that. You know what I mean? Like it's the little shit like that. Like I take that from a relationship, and the motherfucker know me on a first hand basis type shit. They know who I am. They know what I'm about. You know what I mean? But just being able to take that from them too. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what? You can take it the easy route. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get your ass out here and grind and do the hard shit. That's what you came up with. That's part of the documentary. Nigga, them tears on them some real ass motherfucking tears. Nigga, you feel me?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
The only one where motherfucker can relate is they done shed them same type of tears. You feel me? Just the pain and the struggle behind the shit. That's the era we come from. The struggle with the shit.
Yeah, and the dedication. It was. I feel like it was a lot more to lose. Everybody always had something to lose, but it was so much to lose. But I just looked at everything to gain from it. And yeah, bro, I can't wait. Man, bro, I appreciate you on the platform, and I want to tell you, bro, like I appreciate you just being around me at the time when we was deciding to do this shit, because it changing nigga life. I don't know what I would have been doing if it wasn't a musical aspect of what this shit is. So
you know, for me and you, bro, it's the same shit. I just, you know, you could see a fire and a passion in somebody, you know what I'm saying? I know I was out there, I was doing my thing too, but you was the same way. Everybody fucked with you. You know what I'm saying? So I used to tell you, like, bro, you gonna be straight, nigga, you know, but you just had them dreams. That's you was dreaming. You ain't never lose that dream, and you followed that shit.
Boy,
but now it's a reality.
Yeah, boy,
you see what I'm saying?
That drove nigga crazy.
Hey, but now
it's going.
So
man,
feeling is mutual, nigga.
Yeah. Last question I ask everybody this: what's a good quote or what's a good piece of advice that you live off of?
You know, just my father, man, just, you know, always tell me, you know, be a man of your word, stand on, you know, take care of your family, shit like that. Values. You know, stand on something. Don't just be out here just fuck out here. Like, what you doing? If you gonna say something, say that shit, mean it, stand on it. You know what I mean? But, you know, stand for something. Don't, you know, you got a family out here. You know, my father, my family, they done sacrificed a lot. Just, you know, it's just a whole nother side people don't understand. Like, yeah, they together 32 years, but it's a lot of sacrificing and shit they had to do to keep that union and that shit. That shit ain't easy. It's hard to even be friends with a motherfucker for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? 10 goddamn days.
Like, get along together 32.
But just values and morals and shit, man. Keep your word, be a man of your word, shit like that. That's shit, that respect, loyalty, all that shit. That's shit I stand on. So.
Well said. Man, Blazedavinci, appreciate you on the platform. Came a long way. Out.
All platforms.
All fucking platforms.
Got new shit coming, new videos coming, every goddamn thing coming.
Yep. Dreamers Welcome podcast. Y'all keep dreaming. We out this bitch. Peace. That shit was money though.
Yeah.